Now, a common struggle for a lot of people is finding football boots that fit their wide feet. Well, you're in luck, as in this video I'm going to share with you what I think are the best football boots for wide-footed players. Now, first of all, I want to start with some honourable mentions. These are football boots which I cannot personally vouch for because I've not used them, but based on research and reviews that I've watched, these are boots that are always constantly recommended. Firstly, you have the cult classic, the Adidas Copa Mundial, a traditional leather football boot which has been left unchanged in terms of design for the last 40 years. Another one with the Nike Tiempo Premier, which is effectively Nike's answer to the Copa Mundial. Again, this is a boot with a more old school kind of traditional feel for it, but this time instead of using leather, it's made from synthetic leather, nowadays at least. And it's also available at a lower price point than the rest of Nike's top spec boots. And lastly would be the New Balance Taylor V4, as well as the New Balance 442. Both are very underrated and solid boots as the reviews go. And one of the best things that New Balance do is for all their boots, they offer a wide foot variation. So that means anyone of each foot type can enjoy their boots. Now, the next 5 boots which I recommend are in no particular order. So we're going to start off with the Adidas Predator Accuracy. Now, this is a boot that is great for wide-footed players. It's very well padded and very comfortable as well. And it's a boot that reminds me a lot of the old school Toto 19 lasers. The upper is made from a synthetic leather which Adidas called Hybrid Touch, and has rubber elements running across the instep of the boot, which is synonymous with the Predator line. And Adidas call it HDG, or high definition grip. And what it's essentially supposed to do is give players greater contact when striking the ball, so when you're passing, dribbling, you get this kind of better grip on the ball. Now, there's different variations. There's the plus, there's the 0.1 high and the 0.1 low. Personally, I went with the 0.1 low, and this is a boot which I would say is to go true to size with, even though there is a tiny bit of room in the toe area. Now, the next boot I'm going to recommend is a bit controversial because as soon as people hear the brand, there is shut off, and that is the Skechers SKX 01. A boot that was launched this summer and is worn by England and Bayern striker Harry Kane. And I happen to have the prototype version that was supposed to be limited edition. Now, this is a boot that will accommodate all foot types, whether it's narrow, wide, whatever, it does the job for anyone. And of course, with it being a Skechers boot, they're also very comfortable straight out the box. Now, if I was to compare the boot to something that's already on the market, I would say it's a more comfortable version of the Nike Phantom GT, as well as a wider version of it as well. It does have some room in the toe box area, but I was still happy to go true to size with this boot. And for me, it really is an underrated boot. I think it's a very solid venture into the boot industry for Skechers, and I think people should be a bit more open-minded and give the boot a try. I think a lot of people might actually be afraid that they like it just because it's a Skechers boot. Now, the next boot is going to be of no surprise to anyone, and in my opinion has been one of Nike's best standard release boots in the past few years, and that is the Nike Phantom GX. It features a full fly-knit upper containing what Nike call grip knit technology, which is essentially just supposed to enhance your grip on the ball. The boot is designed with comfort in mind, and it definitely delivers in that department, especially in the heel area where you have the soft, flexible heel counter, which means no blisters and pretty much zero breaking time as well. And again, for this boot, I'd say go true to size. Now, I know a lot of you who clicked on this video are fans of maybe the Mercurial or the X or just speed boots in general, but are tired of sacrificing your feet because of how narrow they usually fit. But if you want to stick with speed boots, the best option for you is the New Balance Furon V7 in the wide foot variation. Now, for a lot of people, this is arguably the best speed boot currently on the market, and that's because it pretty much ticks all the boxes. So it's lightweight, aggressive tooling, great feel for the ball, responsive, and most importantly, it's comfortable. Now, this is another knit-based boot, and this time New Balance called their version Hypo Knit. And the boots actually have this very unique design where the lacing system, it's not asymmetrical, I'd say, but it's pretty much on the side of the boot, kind of like the old school T90 Air Zooms. So you kind of get the benefits of like a greater striking zone that you would get on a laceless boot, but with the great lockdown that you provide from, or should get from, laces. Now, if you're someone who doesn't like any room in the toe box area, I'd say go true to size, but even for me, this was pushing it. So I would debate going up maybe just half a size up, because New Balance boots for me anyway, or for my feet anyway, fit a bit smaller than usual. Now, last but certainly not least, the last boot I recommend is the Puma Future Ultimate. Now, this is another knit-based boot, but it has this kind of synthetic layer on top, which is very soft and flexible, which is reminiscent of the first generation of the Nike Hypervenom Phantom. And one of the main features of the Ultimate is this power tape that you see on the sides, which is inspired by Kinesiology tape, meaning essentially that it has the same kind of compressive properties. Now, with the combination of the power tape and the soft, flexible upper, you get this kind of boot that offers a very custom fit. And more so than any kind of regular boot that you just break in and it just molds to your foot, this boot is pretty much like, it's almost like wearing a base layer on your foot. That's how it kind of works. It's a boot with a decent amount of padding, very comfortable, good feel for the ball as well. Now for this boot, I'm a bit in between because there's room in the toe area, but it's halfway between me thinking about going half a size down or just sticking with it, or maybe I just put another insole. But like for me, I would say as a general rule of thumb, you want to go half a size down for this boot. And there you have it, the best football boots for wide feet that I would recommend. Now if this video was helpful and you thought Sublime, please like the video. If you want to learn more about football boots in general, I do loads of videos based on like reviews, kind of explaining technology. So if that's your thing, be sure to subscribe to the channel. Also be sure to also follow me on all my socials, they'll be on screen. And like always, my name is Sub, this has been SubStanceFtbl. Thank you for watching, peace out.